What's up, ladies and gents? This is Casey Kid, coming at you with another Destiny video. Today we're going to take a look at Rift, and we're going to talk about the most broken map in Rift. Obviously, that is what Iron Banner is right now, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about Vertigo. And if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and smack that like button and subscribe to the channel. Now, last time we were talking about a map, we were talking about how Pantheon is absolutely broken in control. How if you capture B, you just win. If you capture B, you hold B, you win. That's a pretty similar sentiment here on Vertigo. Right here is essentially the B capture point. I grab the spark, and this lovely teleporter that is right behind me leads me right to the enemy rift. Right to the enemy rift. And right there, there's a dunk. So it is that easy. This is why this map can be absolutely broken. If you can hold down the B point where the spark ends up spawning, you can get this, and even if you don't make it all the way through, even if you don't make it all the way to the enemy rift, just picking up the rift yourself, the spark, and then starting your carry on your way over is going to give you plenty of points. It'll give you plenty of points to top the leaderboard, and obviously, if you're topping the leaderboard, you are helping out your team win. And that's pretty much all anybody is looking for. Now, this match that I'm showing right now is easily the highest scoring match that I have ever had, period. And it's all because I was capturing the rift and making my run. And that's something else to remember. You know, we see a lot of people that are playing Iron Banner Rift. They might be playing Rift for the first time ever. I don't play Rift that much at all in Crucible. I've played more in Iron Banner Rift than I have in Destiny, period, to date. But the one thing you need to keep in mind is that your kills and your KD mean almost nothing as far as helping your team achieve victory. It is all about picking up this spark. Picking up this spark, being able to carry it towards the rift, that is all that matters as far as getting victory in here. That's all that matters as far as getting the high score. You can see that here I am nearly at the rift, but I got golden gunned, and you know what? I'm fine with that. My KD in Iron Banner Rift is probably almost negative because I am so bad about trying to shoot at enemies, but I'm going to get that rift. I'm getting all of those major, massive points for running the spark, and that's all that matters. It really is all that matters, and you'll see that at the end. Now, that's not to say that everybody on your team should just run like a maniac like I do to the spark and go to capture it. No, you do absolutely need quality killers that are on your team. That's very important, because if you don't have some of those guys, you're going to get overwhelmed by the opposing team whenever they inevitably come towards the spark. So lucky for me, I was running with Otto, and he is killer extraordinaire for me. He had a massive match. I don't think it was this one. It was another match of the night. He had a massive one on Vertigo. In fact, I think he even beat out all the Rift Runners just from doing kills. But Otto is an exception and not the rule. If the rest of you that are playing PvP are like me, and you know you're just an average PvP player, you worrying about your kills and not the spark, you worrying about your kills and staying alive, you are not going to help your team out as much as you would if you were actually picking up the spark and potentially having half the KD that you do. That's something that's difficult for a lot of people to wrap their head around. They are really ingrained in the fact that, boy, if you don't have a great KD, you are trash. Now, I don't know how accurate that actually holds true as a statement or quote-unquote fact, because there are so many people that end up fabricating KDs by deleting characters and just other nonsense in general, that I don't think we can put a ton of value in stats. But whenever it's Rift, they mean even less, because it just doesn't matter. Your KD doesn't matter. Here I am floating over into the spark, and there it is. There's another dunk. That's another 1550 just up on the screen right there, not to mention just everything else that has been going on as it is. Running this spark has me in a huge lead as far as top overall score right now, and you can see the lead that my team has as a result of that. Now, the matches that were blowouts against us, the matches where we were absolutely getting dominated, were matches where we were a little bit tentative in going up and capturing the middle point where the spark ends up charging. Whether it be on Vertigo or another map, being over in the position to capture the spark is key. If you're sitting back if you're just being really, really careful about running out into the open, if you're worried about dying, you're not going to help out your team because the enemy team is going to push forward just like I ended up doing right there. I pretty much ran an entire loop around the map, ran right up to the spark, captured it, ran through the portal, and jumped over. Even though there was a guy that was crouching behind the portal, he was just crouching there waiting for me to come through, and that's great. He got a kill of me, his KD went up, mine went down, but I got a lot more points for my team than he did for his, and that's just something that you have to keep in mind. So, Vertigo, this map, again, you can see the craziness of it. We're really pushing forward, we're really trying to hold this position, and as soon as we do it, it's booking it right towards the portal. So I think you can see why this map is absolutely broken for Rift. If we hold this middle position, as soon as we capture that spark, we're getting the points for picking up the spark, and then making that short trip over to the portal means that we're already going to get another 2 dots whenever we come out the other side. It's really quick to rack up all of those extra points for spark running, and those spark running points are incredible. They are so necessary to win. As you can see already, you've seen every time I've died where my score ends up sitting. We're getting close to 8,000 points right now, 74-65 as it is. And I haven't done much killing. I have not done much killing. I've done a lot of dying, and I'm still okay. One other thing to keep in mind, right here with Heavy, this is kind of an interesting point in the match. It's an interesting point every time Heavy comes into a map, because whenever I look at it, I look at one of two things. I look at where everybody is and what the timing is on the spark. If the Heavy's going to come out after the spark already arrives, I'm going for the spark. I am going immediately for the spark because I can't tell you how many times I've ran to the spark and the entire enemy team just abandoned all lanes, abandoned the entire map to run over towards their Heavy to challenge for Heavy. Now obviously having heavy ammo is great, but you know what else is great? Picking up the spark and being able to run towards the enemy rift without any enemies there. Because I don't care if you have a truth with 3 rockets, you're not going to get as many kills and as many points for your team as I will grabbing the spark, running towards it, and dunking. Just something to keep in mind. So whenever the Heavy comes out, just take a look around. If the spark is already out and charging and looks like it is going to pop before the Heavy ends up popping, just go for the spark. Go for the spark because chances are you're going to get at least a free run to get some points. Like right here, I'm running through the portal already and that guy's crouched down, but I got 2 extra dots for my run. So he's sitting there and he's really not helping out his team as much. Now, chances are he's sitting and looking at the score and saying, you know what, we just don't have a chance at all, which is fine. But at the same time, maybe if he was one of 6 people pushing us up here towards this B spawn point, instead of sitting and crouching behind the portal to kill whoever is the runner, maybe they would be able to push us off of this spark. But they haven't been able to. They haven't been able to really push us off this spark and mount a significant comeback to where they would actually threaten a victory for them and a loss for us. Now, if you've been around my channel for a long time, you know that I am not a pro PvP player. I make mention of that many times. I'm an average PvP player. Sometimes I have great moments, but you know what? I just need to figure out what I can do to win. How can I be the most useful to my team to secure a victory? And by grabbing the spark and running, that's the way that I do it. And I know there's a lot of you out there that are playing this solo and you're having a lot of difficulties. You're getting those iron medallions. You saw we cashed in 4 on that victory. So the losses are definitely coming in bunches. And maybe some of these tips in here could help you out, to achieve that victory so you can get up to that rank 5. And you can also maybe possibly agree that Vertigo is absolutely broken. Does anybody think there is a more broken map than Vertigo for Rift? Anyway, guys and gals, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, smack that like button. Subscribe to the channel to keep updated on daily Destiny content. Check out these awesome videos. Good luck with your raids, your drops, your Iron Banner, and I'll see you around in Destiny. He's got the spark.